Hello guys, my name is David Tuke, and today is my first ever rebuild. Today I'll be rebuilding the Brooklyn Nets, and you may be asking, why are you rebuilding the Brooklyn Nets out of all teams and bringing them a championship? And I do have a couple of reasons. First, I was pretty shocked when I saw that they had the fifth or sixth pick in the draft. I don't know how they got that low of a pick. I mean, I know they're not that good of an organization when it comes to making trades, and they really did sell with the KD, Harden, and Kyrie experiment, which I think was a great opportunity for us to win a chip, but we never did. But I think because they got the fifth and sixth pick, and the draft is actually coming up, I rebuild them, and I try to bring them a chip because they are also my favorite team. So let's get right into simulating them. Looking at the roster, we have MPJ, which is, practically our best piece. He is on a, pretty big contract, around $40 million, so you might look to move that for a star. We have Nicholas Claxton, Igor Demon, a good rookie. And, other than that, the roster is not looking pretty good. I think this year we just tank. Maybe we trade MPJ at the deadline to really start to tank and, get a good pick in the draft, and hopefully the draft lottery will be on our side. So I'll start simulating right now, and I'll show you guys how we will be doing by the trade deadline. Okay, we have reached the trade deadline, and you might be saying, "Oh, we're the fourth seed? Damn, how are we the fourth seed? I mean, did you make a change while we weren't here? Why are you guys doing so good?" And I'm genuinely asking the same question, because when I left to sim, I expected us to be buns, but when I came back, we were randomly the fourth seed. And you might be thinking, "Oh wait, you guys going to championship now? This is going according to plan." But no, it is not, bro. The game plan was to tank, get a good pick AJ DeBonster or Darren, whatever his name, Peterson, bro, and then go next year and win the chip. But it is not going according to plan. We are 29-20, and we need to tank immediately. You might be thinking, "Oh, why can't you just make great trades and go and try to win a chip this year?" Well, looking at the roster, we don't have the caliber to do that. I could try, so we're actually gonna give it a try, and we're gonna go and look around teams, around the league, see who's selling, cause those are the best teams to go for and steal their players, cause they don't want them anymore. Off the bat, I see Devin Booker. Sorry, it's just a D-Buck. I forgot what the name is. Chill out, ball knowledge. My head was just not in the right mind space. But I see Devin Booker, on the Suns. The Suns are selling, I could trade for him, but let's look at other options. See if there's anything better. Tyrese Maxey's also on the board. Trae Young, Anthony Davis also available, but not the best pieces. Let me see. Damian Lillard is also available, but he doesn't look like he's the best player. He's 35. And, he's old. If you wanted to start winning now, maybe you would be the best guy to acquire. But, I don't know. So, I'll get back to you guys when I find the right trade. And I'll let you guys know. Okay, I think I just found the perfect move. Psych, bro. I've been actually, thinking. I'm not sure who to go for. Tyrese Maxey, he's young, and he might be the best player to go for. And let's look at the roster, and let's see what we can do here. I think Igor Demon probably might have a lot of value. He's a rookie, 80 overall. Let's see how he's doing. He's averaging 18 points a game. Probably has great value due to his potential and all that. Nolan Traylor, same thing as them. Same thing for him. But, they have a lot of rookies because they drafted 5 people in the 2025 NBA draft. I do think, though, if we were to trade for a star, you might have to give up MPJ. But when I was like, "Oh, we might have to give up MPJ," I just realized we have a lot of picks, I believe. So we can check right here. Yeah, as you can see, we have plenty of picks. Not plenty, but a good stockpile of them, which means we might be able to get Tyrese Maxey without even trading MPJ. So in order to do that, we would have to throw in probably Igor Demon and maybe Nolan Traore. But I don't think that would work. We'll take him out, and we're obviously acquiring 26 million more than allowed, meaning we have to throw in someone with a big contract. Until I realized we have Trey Man, so we could say Terrence Mann. They give us back, a Buns player in return, like Johnny Broom, and then this is perfect. So now that we match the money, now we start giving them picks, right? You might be thinking, but this isn't enough. Well, try putting in all on 4 picks. I wanted to trade for a star and might want to contend this season in the beginning if we were doing okay and I felt like we had potential. But because we are the 4th seed, our pick is not as value, meaning we can't, just finesse it and go for another team and get a star player from them. We'll give them all 4 picks, but they still don't want it as expected. And I think it would be hard to make the contracts match. If I take out Terrence Mann, throw in Nicholas Claxton, we throw another first. Does that work out? Nope. I think what we have to do is we would have to look at stats and standings, NBA standings, and I think the worst team in the league it's the Philadelphia 76ers. On the other side of the Memphis Grizzlies, and I think I'll trade for their pick. So, and you're probably wondering, why are you trading for their pick? Do you want a good pick in the draft next year? No, but quite the complete opposite. If we get a good pick, we'll be able to give them more value and less of a trade slot, which basically means we're basically giving them like 4 or 5 picks in one, which means we'll be able to throw in more picks. I think 5 picks will be able to get this done. So let's see. And they still don't take it. These are low valuable picks, so I understand. 6 picks does get it done. I think now if we go back, I think we will be easily able to get our guy Tyrese Maxey if we trade him, Nick Clax, Igor Demon, and the Grizzlies first. But we cannot trade it because it wasn't involved in a previous trade. And I don't think this is actually an NBA rule because it's this. If you know 2K, you know the stupid Stepien rule. Stepien rule. Basically, what it means is you can't trade consecutive picks. I don't know. It has a whole bunch of rules, and we're gonna turn it off for the sake of the video because I don't think those rules are actually in the NBA today. So we'll redo that trade with Igor Demon, Nick Claxton, and we'll throw in the Memphis Grizzlies first. We last time we threw in a Buns player. I think it was Johnny Broom. I think this should work. If this doesn't work, I think a couple more picks would get it done. We'll throw him this Knicks first. We'll throw him a Nets first. And they take it. Welcome to the team, Tyrese Maxey. Now we have a good star, that could run the show. And now all we really need is, some good, some good depth. Because after MPJ and Tyrese Maxey, it starts to drop off really kind of badly from there. So let's start. Let's throw in Danny Wolf and Terrence Mann and see what we can get. Terrence Mann's on a big contract, so we might be able to get some okay players. I like Miles Bridges. We can then trade Zaire Williams, Daron Sharp, maybe. See if we can get any value for them as well. We can get Neemias Queta and Sam Hauser, 2 pretty good players. And now, we have a little bit better depth. But I think I want to look for that 3rd star. Maybe at the 2, because we have a 1. Let me see. Let me take a look. We have a 1. Sorry for it taking that long for me to load up. But we have a 1, a 3. We would need a 2, as a 3rd star. Maybe a 4 or 5. Depends on what teams are selling and what's going on around the league. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Team Intel, see if there's any other teams that are selling at the moment. The Suns are selling. They actually have, Devin Booker. But is there any other better options? We could get Damian Lillard, but we already have Tyrese Maxey. They're also Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Maybe you take Anthony Davis, sign him to the 4. And I think that might be something we'll be willing to do. And you're probably wondering why. Why would we trade for Anthony Davis? He's glass. He's going to get injured easily, and all that. But if we actually look at Anthony Davis's stats, let me go to the Washington Wizards. He's actually averaging less than I expected. 17 and 8. It's not as good as I would thought. I think I would rather have D-Buck than that. but the problem is D-Book is probably more valuable. So let's see how valuable how valuable Anthony Davis is to them. And he's 4.5 stars, which is probably as much as Devin Booker is going to be. So I don't think we go there, and I think we actually go for Devin Booker. I mean, he's probably having a great season. He's averaging 27. He would be the perfect star, around the same value, and we should go for him. The two we have at the moment is not that. I don't think we have a two. If you go to free agency real quick, there's a couple of guys who could sign when we finish doing this. So here's the game plan. The game plan is we're going to trade find some of these guys. Let's say let's go up here. Let's go Old Cha. I do not know how to say his name. I'm sorry. We could probably trade him for a first, maybe. Can we get a first for him? No. If we throw him at Drake Powell, can we get a first? No. I think what we're doing right now isn't the best, plan. I mean, still, we're not we still probably wouldn't win because our depth isn't that good. We'd probably need another year to win. So I'll let Tyrese Maxey and MPJ rock it out. I feel like the fact that we got Tyrese Maxey would be really great entering next year. Now we got our franchise point guard. And, I'll send the rest of the season, see how we do. We're probably making the playoffs. I mean, we are in the Eastern Conference. We are only 29 and 20, which is, only 10 games above 500. But still, it's a fourth seed, and we probably still will make the playoffs even if we drop a couple of games. So I'll see you guys at the end of the season and see how we do in the postseason. I think we still lose first, second round, and after we lose, during that time, we'll come back next year, and we'll try to win the chip because I don't think this year is our year. Okay, we are officially at the end of the season. Victor Wembanyama is your most valuable player. Cooper Flag, Rookie of the Year. Dylan Harper, Sixth Man of the Year. Victor Wembanyama, also Defensive Player of the Year. And let's talk about Dylan Harper and De'Aaron Fox. I mean, that's not that good of a coaching from Mitch Johnson, whatever his name is, the Spurs coach. I mean, that was surprising. The fact that they kept De'Aaron Fox in instead of letting Dylan Harper ride it out. I mean, Dylan Harper did look like a better player in the Knicks Spurs final series. So, they did lose in 5. Congratulations to the Knicks. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan, which probably, is in New York. So, I do like New York Knicks as well. So, I did go to the parade. And I'm happy for them for winning the championship after 53 years. Anyways, surprisingly, I expected it. We actually dropped to the 8th seed. And I simulated the plan, not knowing what was going to happen. Because I thought we would have probably been the 4th, 5th seed. But I guess those trades probably dropped us all the way down to 8. Speaking of the New York Knicks, we're actually playing them in the first round. Game 1, day 1. I'm probably expecting a sweep here. But we do win Game 2. We win Game 3. And we also pull away Game 4. Will we upset the 1 seed? They do win Game 6. And they also win Game 7. Making it a Game 7. Let's see how it goes. Starting off, it's pretty close. The Knicks kind of outscored us by a lot in the second, which is causing them to run away with this game. We do have a dominant third quarter, which kind of brings us back in this game. It's pretty close. We're down 5. Let me simulate it a little bit more. We're down 6. It's a 6-point ball game. Let's jump in. When we do jump in, we don't actually play the game. We just watch it, see what happens. And we're trying to see if our team can get a comeback. Obviously we are rooting for our team, the Brooklyn Nets, and let's see how it goes. Jalen Brunson with the ball. That camera angle is horrible. Jalen Brunson with the ball. He's getting guarded by Sharp. I believe probably Josh Hart has on the screen. Sharp playing good defense. Josh Hart open. What is Noah Clowney? He has to step up on those shots. And it's now a 9-point ball game. Winner go home. Tyrese Maxey bringing it up. I think Tyrese Maxey actually is a great player to complement Jalen Brunson, which is probably why we're close in this ball game. MPJ pulled the 3 and he misses. TJ McConnell on the Knicks. Isn't he? Wasn't he on the Pacers? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, because they're pretty much rivals. I don't know why Knicks would trade with their rivals. It was probably a free agency addition nonetheless. Tyrese Maxey bringing up the ball behind the back. He attacks the basket, shoots the mid range. It's good. 1 minute 13 left on the clock. Next ball. We don't have to foul here, but I mean, if we don't get a stop this possession, it's practically over. TJ McConnell with the ball. He is injured, so we should be pressing him, but we're playing flat defense, not looking for them to shoot the ball. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They are running the clock down, to try to run the clock down as much time as possible so you won't be able to score. Jalen Brunson, he misses the mid range. MPJ bringing it up, shoots the mid range, he hits it. And it's actually a 5-point ball game. 45 seconds left to go in the fourth, and they foul. I didn't expect them to actually foul. Was that a foul to give, or I'm not sure, but I think that was a foul to give because it's still 43 seconds left on the clock. I mean, we could get a fast stop, maybe a steal. Yeah, we're looking for a steal. It's Nets ball. Did he just dribble out of bounds, bro? What? I think that was Josh Hart or Jalen Brunson or something, but he just dribbled out of bounds after the press. Tyrese Maxey attacks the basket. He misses. Anderson the board. He shoots it. Layup is good. 3-point ball game. And just like that, it's a one-possession game with 32 seconds left on the clock, which means we don't have to foul. Just play good defense. And as long as we get a stop, we'll have 8 seconds to get the game-winning shot, send us into overtime. Jalen Brunson attacks the basket. Great defense from Tyrese Maxey. They called a timeout. And this is what I was saying earlier. I mean, Tyrese Maxey, a good player to shut down Jalen Brunson, which is probably why we are in this Game 7 in the first place. If he can take down the reigning champs, that would actually be, pretty good. And that can actually give some momentum to actually, make a playoff run. But, I mean, it's 20 seconds left on the clock. It's our ball. We actually have 20 seconds, which is plenty of time. We could get a 3 or a quick 2, but I think we should be looking for the 3. MPJ 3 ball off the jump. He misses it. Tyrese Maxey fouls Jalen Brunson. I don't think that was the greatest shot in the moment. I mean, I think they could have dribbled it out, looked for a better quality shot, but it's MPJ. I mean, any shot for MPJ is good for MPJ. So, Jalen Brunson will be shooting 2 free throws. We are banking on him to miss both, but that's probably not going to happen. I mean, Jalen Brunson is a pretty good free throw shooter. Second free throw from Brunson is good. It's a 5-point ball game. What we need to do right now is to bring the ball up very quickly, get a quality 3. MPJ, pump fake, he shoots it, and he misses it. MPJ, other than that midi, has not been, there for a team. I mean, I'm sorry for going to Simcast Live. It happens to all of us, bro. It happens to all of us when, we randomly just go into Simcast Live and, the game is over. I'm sorry, you'll probably be wondering, I do not do Simcast Live. That was a one-time thing by accident, but wait. The game didn't, I'm sorry, guys. The game didn't save, so it's still a Game 7. Since we did lose, though, I will do my due diligence, and I will force a game for the New York Knicks. And Simcast was Simcast Live, just to see what happens when you force a win. When does it actually force it for the Knicks, or, what happens? I mean, we did have a really good first quarter, but... Wait, what? No, what? I don't know why we beat the Knicks for no reason. I think I don't have to do anything, though. We are going to lose to the Pacers nonetheless. Bro, why are we winning? Why are we winning, bro? Why are we winning, bro? Why are we winning, bro? Okay, we did lose. I'm sorry for that, guys. I mean, you guys can call that cheating. I understand. I don't know how that happened. You saw it was at the end of the game. I tapped quit, and for some reason it stayed 3-3. And I tried to force the win for the Knicks. And then I went to Simcast to see what would happen if the Simcast would just show the Knicks winning in orderly fashion. But instead, we won by 20, and then we just beat the Pacers, and then we beat another team, and then we beat the Cavs, and then we made it all the way to the finals, but ultimately got beat by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trust me though, if we did win that chip, I wouldn't end the video. I mean, that's practically cheating, but I'm pretty surprised on how we made it that far. I think a little bit of retooling and fixing the roster a little bit will allow us to win. Let's simulate to the draft lottery. See what picks are being distributed. And at first, I did want to get one of the star rookies in this draft until I did realize if you want to win next season, we don't have time to be drafting rookies, and we need for them to develop. So we will pass the draft and the draft lottery. So we will go to pretty much free agency. I mean, do we have anybody who's not under contract? I mean, pretty sure everyone's okay if we simplify to qualifying offers. I mean, yeah, I think we just pick up him and then we move to free agency. And let's see how much money we have under cap. I think a lot of these guys, we have some bad contracts here. And I want to trade finder some of them for some picks for the upcoming season, so we will be able to make some moves. Like Kyle Anderson, we will be able to trade you for a first round pick. Other than, these four, I'm not really willing to trade anyone else. Sam Hauser on a $10 million contract, we will be trading you. Is there anybody else up for trading on a little bit of a bigger contract? Noah Clowney, you left Josh Hart open on that 3 when we were watching them play, so you will be getting traded off that single boneheaded play. I realized Miles Bridges actually has a really big contract for his overall. I think I will be trading him for, maybe Yannick in a first, and I will be trading Yannick for maybe 1 or 2 more first-round picks. We can trade him for 2 more picks. We do have to throw in a second-rounder. And just like that, we got more picks, and we got, more salary cap to, sign free agents. We don't have enough money for James Harden. Do we have enough money for Trae Young? We actually do. And why would we get Trae Young? Will we be able to slide Tyrese Maxey to the 2? He actually goes up in overall. So if we slide Tyrese Maxey to the 2, and then we need to free up a little bit more money to give Trae Young the offer he wants. So we'll trade Drake Powell for a first. He is, a good rookie, so we would be able to get 4 picks for him. 2 picks, sorry. Now we could actually, give Trae Young an offer he wants. We'll give him 47 mil. I'll give him a player option because we won't really be needing him for that long. And did we pick him up? Yes, we got Trae Young. Would we also be able to get Jalen Duren? If we give him this much, enough to the point where, the Pistons won't want to re-sign him anymore because he is a restricted free agent. We will be getting Jalen Duren. We won't be able to get Trae Young though. This would take us over the salary cap, and I think I would rather have Jalen Duren's only at 85. Oh, he is only at 85 because I just remembered. What's it called? I just remembered he did have a bad playoff moment. But I'm confused because they're not letting me get Trae Young. I want to sign Trae Young. I don't know what's going on. I would rather have Trae Young over Jalen Duren. I think maybe I'm giving him a little bit too much money, so I'll give him this much player option. Offer that to Trae Young. Will he be able to get this? He's not letting us, sign him. Alright, this is our last day to get Trae Young. I'm gonna, put down the money a little bit, 46 mil. They're letting me sign him, so I assume we have the money. Can we just sign, if I take off Jalen Duren's contract, they're making me sign Jalen Duren, which is actually stupid. It's not letting me sign Trae Young. How much? Jalen Duren would still be a good center position. A good center for the team if we trade Neemias Queta. Nah, that's stupid. I'm acting stupid now. If I do trade Jalen Duren, though, I know he was just drafted, but for the sake of the video, we will turn off recently signed and recently traded. If we turn both of those off, would we be able to trade Jalen Duren for a better player on a smaller contract? We can get Brandon Clark in a really good first round pick. If we could trade Brandon Clark for 2 firsts, that would be great. We will be able to get Jonathan Isaac and a first, and I think through then we will be able to get Trae Young. We still won't. Jonathan Isaac on the big contracts. Yes, he is on 14 mil. Can we trade him? We could trade him for a first. Will we be able to get Trae Young now? Yes, sir. We'll throw him like 47 M's. And then we'll give him like a player. Will he take that? Yes, he will. Welcome to the team, Trae Young. And now we have a 1, a 2, a 3 of this combo. And then we could trade pose a trade. We could trade if we go to player finder, right? Center position. We could trade maybe a Sengun type of player, right? Like Sengun. He's on the Houston Rockets, I believe. I'm not sure what team he is. I know he's on the Rockets in real life, but I'm not sure if he got traded in the game. We will give him Neemias Queta and Nolan Traore. Doesn't go through. The Nets are requiring 24 mil more than allowed. So we would be going over the cap because we are close to the cap. So we would be trading. We are supposed to be trading for a rookie contract because we don't have that much money to be signing players. Is there any good young player we could trade for? I think Alex Sarr is the best option, but he probably has high value due to him being a very young player in this league. So Alex Sarr, 4-star value. If he throw him Neemias Queta and Nolan Traore, which I don't think we even would have to, and we trade him 2 first. Give him a couple of first, and this trade is done. You don't have to throw him that we don't have to throw him that Memphis first. We could I think we could do it without it. But if we do need it, we will use it. But we are able to get Alex Sarr. I think he will be able to run the 5 for us, and all we really need is an okay power forward, which I think we can do player finder again. Do the same thing. Look for an okay power forward. Let's pick up. Is there anyone a good rookie contract? Because we do not have the money right now. Julius Randle, but nah. Tobias Harris, maybe. No one really batting an eye for me right now. And I don't want to go over 80, below 82. Looks like all the good power forwards just got their, extension. Zion, nah. Chet, nah. I think the best option would probably be a Julius Randle. He's on the Wolves. That was the Grizzlies, wasn't it? Yeah, I think Julius Randle, he is on the Wolves. We could, trade for him right now at the moment. We'll give him Josh Minute. Requiring 28 more mil than allowed. We won't be able to trade for him. What I think we do though is I think we do trade, sign some free agents that can run the backup for us. We'll sign a Tim Hardaway and maybe an Aaron Wiggins. Get both of those guys and get a Dean Wade and J Huff. Let's see. We have so much ones. Let's trade we just signed him. Trade Serif for a first. And that still leaves us with 3 wins. We have to keep him on the roster. I'm just going to release him. We could use a backup too at the moment. And we don't have a good enough 4. The 4 that we're rocking out with is obviously not good enough. If we throw in like both of these guys and like 2, 3 first, can we get an actual good 4? We can get just depth in general. No one's really batting an eye for me right now. Batting AI, sorry. We can get John Collins, which I think is the best, best offer we've been getting. So we will trade John Collins. John Collins, yes. And then we will get throwing 3 more firsts. I mean, we do have a lot of firsts to spend, after clearing all those guys up. I don't think we will be able to get anyone, better due to us being already high on the salary cap. We could trade for this, which I think would actually be a great trade for depth. Now we have, Miss Kata who can run the backup. And I think we got an 80. We got a Keyshawn George. He can run the 4 as well. And all we would need to do is sign a backup 4 and a backup 2. So at the 4, we could pick up Harrison Barnes, a good veteran to help lead the team. And we could also sign Landry Shamet, just won a championship with the Knicks. We sign up both of those players. We don't have enough money for Tim Hardaway Jr. Go for, this guy. I can't say his name. And bang, it's looking like the roster at the moment. It's looking okay. We could, I think it's looking okay. Our depth is, okay. We have a couple of good, we have our depth is pretty good. I think we sim 2-player progression. And if we don't win this year, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to win next year. Some of our free agents go down as well as Harrison Barnes, which means that we don't have that good of a backup 4. I'm pretty sure we definitely have more than 15 players. So you probably have to move some when it comes to going to the next season. Yeah, we have 19. Stop simulation. And just trade some of these guys here. Trade them for first. Just free picks at this point. Trade 2 more of these guys. Get, a first. And, sorry. We're on with auto-generated players this year. I'm sorry, what is going on? Yes, I'm making these changes. Let's link to the next season. If you guys are enjoying the video so far, if you guys are watching this deep into the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe to this video. It could really help me out as I'm really trying to become the next big 2K YouTuber, as you guys heard in my intro video. And looking at the roster, we are 27th in power rankings. Our team is, not the best. We might have to make, trades at the trade deadline to push ourselves into NBA championship contention. A lot of our guys just went down a lot. Like Tyrese Maxey, he was just a 94. I don't know what's going on, but I will see you guys at the trade. And we are officially at the trade deadline. Time to make some moves. We are the 11th seed. We're not doing that good at the moment. And, I'm trying to win this season, so we will have to make a push towards, top contention. I think the 3, Alex Sarr is injured. He has a torn calf muscle. So is Keyshawn George. I think I will trade for a better 3. I don't think MPJ is the answer anymore. Player finder. Let's start looking at teams around the league, seeing if there's any selling teams with good players you could trade for. I think my worst move was probably signing Trey Young. I mean, even though he's a good player, he really, hard stuck the team. I mean, we were practically unable to trade for any star players in the offseason because our salary cap was full. We could trade for Amen Thompson, slide him to 3. I think Amen is on a rookie contract, maybe. Let's take a look. But he was drafted in 2022, so I highly doubt it. Looks like he is. If we trade like MPJ, he's 85, he's 88. The Rockets are acquiring 28.5 mil more than allowed, but they do have this guy. Oh, dude, yeah, Fred VanVleet. He goes like Dorian Finney-Smith, and then like Tari Eason, and then we give you guys like Jalen Wilson and Harrison Barnes. Suddenly the trade makes sense. Jalen Wilson signs a trade clause. I don't know who gave him that, but it's completely fine. We'll just throw on someone else. They want to counter offer. They'll give us 2 first. Okay, I guess I'll go for it. I mean, welcome to the team. Amen Thompson probably goes up when he becomes a 3. I mean, it goes up to 89, and I think what we go for next is, maybe more depth or something. Our guys will be healed soon, which, will make us a little better. I do want to trade Keyshawn George, but he is injured, and I want to get a better 4. So, let's, look for 4s around the league. Is there any 4 who, we can, go and receive? I'm on that beat. They call me Tupac. I'm a machine. Chill, guys. My bars are tough, but it doesn't mean you guys have to start glazing me, okay? We could go for Anthony Davis, but, Keyshawn George is injured. And I didn't mean to turn off injuries for this sim. And the only reason I'm doing this is I'll injure. Actually, in fact, to make up for this, you guys, the only reason I am doing this is because you can't trade injured players in 2K. And I get this is cheating. So when I get Anthony Davis, when I pick up Anthony Davis, when I trade him, I'll make Anthony Davis injured for a week to 2 weeks as Keyshawn George was, because I just wanted to change his injury so I could trade him, because normally in 2K you are allowed to trade injured players, but I mean in real life NBA you are allowed to trade real injured players, but in 2K you're not allowed to. So I will be taking off Keyshawn George's injury, and I will be trading him to the Washington Wizards. We could throw him like 2 first. We're acquiring $54 million more than allowed. Wow. So do we have any exceptions? I don't think so. Do you have any, bad contracts we could throw in? We have Dorian Finney-Smith. We could throw in, I don't know, Tari Eason, and maybe there's, one more player we could throw in. Not really, huh? And we're still acquiring. Alright, if they give us back, Solo Ball and T-List Realister, we're still acquiring 25 more mil than allowed. I don't think we have any contract exceptions, trade exceptions. So I don't think we'll be able to do this. Let's look for a different power forward. Before we do though, I would like to trade off all these bad contracts. Not him, but Dorian Finley. I mean, thank you. You were able to allow us to trade for Amen Thompson, but you guys, have way too much money on the books for how good you guys actually are at basketball. So Tari Eason and Dorian Finney-Smith can go for a couple of first round picks. As so, trade the center we just found, Zudi Ejiofor. Hopefully I said that right. He's probably auto-generated anyways. Can't trade him, but he's on a 1-year 180, so it'll be fine. Let's go back to Player Finder, see if you can get a better power forward. Let's see. Anthony Davis, he was 58. He was earning 60 million a year. So maybe like a Zion. You could probably afford a Zion maybe. He's probably still on the Pelicans, so yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, Zion. We'll throw you like Keyshawn George. Requiring 36 more million than allowed, huh? Oh no. We should have kept those big contracts. Cause that's how we were able to what's it called? Trade for them. That doesn't change. Bro. Bro. Oh my gosh. That basically means that we don't have, contracts to trade to the Pelicans so we can get Zion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at different rosters around the league, go like down to like here. And look, is there anyone like on bad contracts? Is there any way I could check that out? Contracts around the league. Like, I know Paul George's contract is probably up though. Is there anyone? This would take too long to look through every player in the league and figure out who is on a bad contract. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna player finder again. Look for a 4 who is better than Keyshawn George in any way. I think maybe like Midas Buzelis be a low, but he's not that good of an upgrade. But I feel like I still have to trade him because I think Midas Buzelis is a better player anyways. I believe he's on the Bulls. Matter of fact, yes, he's right here. He's averaging 13.9 a game, which is okay. We'll trade Keyshawn George for him. We'll throw in like a first, 2 first, and I'll see if this is worth the overall upgrade because only 3 overalls higher. They do take it eventually. Then we go to Midas Buzelis. Vitals. It was 1 to 2 weeks, so we'll go like right here. Duration of days like 13 days. Like that's like 1 to 2 weeks, right? Yeah, appending to me 1 to 2 weeks, like so. So we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 who are both under injury. And I will see you guys at the end. Victor Wembanyama is your most valuable player. And are we in the playoffs? No, we're not in the playoffs. We're actually the 7th seed. First game, we win. So we are in the playoffs indeed. Similarly playing in the first round, we have the New York Knicks again. We win game 1. They win game 2. They win game 3. We win game 4. Please. We win game 5. Please win in 6. And we win game 6, 7. Okay. By the way, we did go on a nice little winning streak at the end. We were able to get the 7th. We were able to get actually the 8th seed, but no, we were able to get the 7th seed and make the playoffs to the 2nd seed after beating the Atlanta Hawks in the first round of the play-in. In the second round, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game 1, they win. Game 2, we win. Game 3, we win. Game 4, we win. And they win game 6, though. But we win. No, they win game 5, and we win in 6. In the Eastern Conference Finals, we have the Detroit Pistons. They win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. Can we win game 4? We win game 4. They win game 5. Well, we win in 6 like we always do. We won in 6 in all these games. And trust me, I'm not scripting anything, as you guys see here. First game, we're playing the Spurs. They win game 1. They have 1B. We won game 2. They won game 3. Please win game 4. Okay, we won game 4. We won game 5. Okay. This is our chance to win our first ever championship as the Brooklyn Nets. Come on. Can we win it right here? The Nets have never won an NBA championship after the merger of the ABA, the There's no way we're gonna win it. We lose. We're just gonna swim through this game. This tap of the button determines it right now. The Brooklyn Nets are your NBA champions. Trae Young, Finals MVP. We win in 7. Look at the final roster. We had some progression. Guys are getting a little happy. But this is indeed the final roster. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching my first video. Hopefully you guys continue to support me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next episode.